Daniel 420 coming at you. Got a bigger one here. So you can see some of the new growth already starting to come out. This is one of the original leaves here, so obviously it's not a bonsai leaf yet, but you know, this one actually is going to start growing pretty rapidly, I believe. So I think it's a good time to try to break this sucker out of his shell and see the root pattern on these things. And let me see, really a couple roots here in the very bottom, not really protrude. This one's actually pretty good, so I gotta be careful there. But we'll get this sucker out. And it takes a really special skill really to try to get this done properly and, you know, not really damage. You know, you got to really inspect to see how the roots are growing around the inner shell, or the inner nut actually I should say. It's really nice when you can finally just start pulling it apart and you don't have to really go in there. You can see the root system growing nicely. Got a little bit one over here too, so I'm going to be real careful on this. This one was cool because it was growing closer to the top of the nut, which top or bottom of the nut, you know, it's hard to, of the husk actually I should say. And that's kind of cool because then the root system kind of grows around and down the inner nut, and that's really pretty neat. That's kind of what you want when you're bonsaiing, because you want the root system to kind of go down and around the nut. We got some, there we go. So you got the roots kind of growing down a little bit. We'll get these fibers out of the way here in a second. You know, I was telling the story earlier about how I was first doing this. You know, it took me a half hour to an hour, you know, getting these done, getting the shell and the husk removed, you know, like this. And, you know, I really didn't have any good tools. You know, when I ended up getting this knife, this is a really heavy grade knife. It really changed the process. And I also have a really big meat cleaver that I used to kind of start cracking them. But I've been having these guys, I've had these all for about a year now, so they the shells are, you know, been kind of moist. I've kept them a little moist lately, but yeah, so what I'll do is I'll clean the fibers up on this guy. It's gonna have a cool little root structure growing around it. Bonsai it, I'll clean it up. Daniel 420.